The NFL offseason is underway, and we've seen some big moves at the quarterback position from a fantasy perspective. Geno Smith went to Las Vegas, Sam Darnold goes to Seattle, and Justin Fields lands in the Big Apple. So, with these moves already in the bank, I took a look at my updated 2025 fantasy quarterback rankings, and you can find those over at Sports Illustrated. Number one, Josh Allen, still the top dog among field generals. Jaden Daniels obviously was a big mover after his breakout year. He's number 4. I've got Patrick Mahomes at number 9. And you know, I don't love Patrick Mahomes. This is probably the lowest I've ever had him ranked ever. But in terms of the biggest movers from the offseason to this point, Justin Fields has got to be the biggest riser. He goes from being a backup in Pittsburgh to being the number 1 for the Jets, and a guy who has been a top 10 quarterback in the past. From a fantasy perspective, I have him ranked at QB 11. On the flip side, I've got Sam Darnold at QB 25 right now. And maybe I'm being too hard on him, but this is a guy who, in his time in New York and Carolina, was never really more than a waiver wire fodder or a matchup based starter. I think he was a product of the system in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. Now in Seattle, I've got him ranked as barely a QB2 and more of a QB3. Ultimately, I might be wrong, but I just don't see Darnold as a elite top 10 quarterback. In fact, I think he's a matchup-based starter in the Great Northwest.